Welcome, lads and lasses, to the tavern. Grab a pint and pull up a stool. I have many grand stories to tell of adventure, collecting, and completion. Today I'm going to tell the tale of my adventure through Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. This adventure begins in the campaigns. We start with the very first set of missions, which basically acts as a basic tutorial. In these missions, while we learn how to play the game, we assist the Wookiees, including Chewbacca and his father, colonize Alaris Prime with the help of Qui-Gon Jinn.
Transmission 0112TK. Location Alaris Prime. Encoded to Jedi Council. Qui-Gon Jinn transmitting. An unexplored world is a hostile world. I must help the Wookiee leader Atichituk to learn the lay of the land. Only then can we find an appropriate place to settle. End transmission.
In this mission, while we're learning the movement controls, the Wookiees have landed on Alaris Prime. We take command of Chewbacca, who is tasked with scouting the area.
Before we unload workers and equipment, Chewbacca and his friend Shorin need to scout the area. Shorin has moved on ahead, but don't worry. He left markers so we could find him in this wilderness.
While exploring, we come across Chewy's friend Sharon, which joins us on the rest of the scouting run.
Shorin says he has found an obstruction in the path. It could be dangerous. We should stick together. Looks like a malfunctioning tower. This world is supposed to be uncolonized. If someone else was here, what drove them away?
While exploring, we come across a Trade Federation power core. Chewy doesn't waste any time demolishing it. We come to the end of the markers and we find Chewy's father, which has already set up a camp. It doesn't take long for trouble to find us, though.
What's that? Atichituk smells trouble. Gundaks, they're attacking the camp. Don't worry. No match for Wookiee warriors. Click a warrior and right-click a Gundak to attack. Defeat them before they can tear down the camp.
Not only do we have to worry about the local wildlife, Trade Federation is also here and they're investigating the building that we just destroyed.
Destroyed by a Gundark, sir.
You will deal with these Gundaks, Ul 2. Find them, skin them, and bring the pelts to our Trandoshan friends.
Yes, sir.
The Federation will soon learn that the ones actually responsible are far more ferocious than the Gondarks.
He has begun the journey of discovery that will ultimately transform him into a great leader. Give a Wookiee bantha meat and he'll eat for a day. Teach a Wookiee to hunt bantha and he'll eat for a lifetime. Gathering resources, including metal, food, nova crystals, and carbon, is critical to this colony's survival. I will endeavor to help Atichituk and his son Chewbacca to gain this capability.
Moving on to the second mission, it's time to break out the workers and start building a foundation for this new colony.
The key to colonization is self-sufficiency. We'll begin gathering resources right away. We will need to gather 200 food, 100 carbon, 50 nova crystals, and 50 ore.
We gather all the required resources and the Wookiees are well on their way to colonizing this planet.
He learns quickly. I am most impressed.
Moving on, it's time to start building an army to defend this new colony.
The wind carries with it the threat of an attack. My Wookiee friends have barely learned to harvest food, and yet now I must somehow teach them to create a militia. This will be a great challenge. These Gundark attacks will continue until we stop them. We must train warriors, then find and destroy the Gundark nest.
In this mission, we work on our economy to be able to build an army to be able to take on the Gondarks. I trained a handful of troops and started scouting out a little bit and had our first encounter with the Gondarks.
Trooper recruitment 4 times. If Chewbacca Chewbacca is young and impatient for battle. You're almost done training warriors.
With Qui-Gon's recommendation, we halt our advance and train more troops before going any further.
We've got a solid fighting force now. It's time to get rid of the Gundark threat. The Gundarks are on the other side of the river. Let us head north to find a crossing point. While you're waiting for the rest of your troops...
Now that we have enough troops, we go on the hunt.
Right up your says it shows how many units you currently have, how many your housing will support. If it begins flashing, used up all your housing, you have to build more shelters.
Making our way to the Gondard nest, we find we aren't the only ones hunting them.
Trade Federation Battleground. Get wiping out the Gundarks.
More enemies approaching. Destroy them.
They're attacking. We must defend ourselves. Excellent work. The Trade Federation is a dangerous foe. We certainly haven't seen the last of them.
My Wookiees make short work of the Trade Federation droids.
We have discovered our foes on this distant world. Our lessons are about to take a different path. We've gained knowledge of Trade Federation activity on Alaris. But where there is one battle droid, there is frequently an army. It would be unwise to provoke the Trade Federation with an attack at this juncture. But we will need to upgrade our defenses in case they choose to provoke us. We are in no position to challenge the Trade Federation army. For now, we will concentrate on defending ourselves if they challenge us. First, we'll research basic training. Click on your command center. And click the basic training button. It would be unwise to proceed before your warriors are stronger. I'm going to show you a few more ways to speed up the gathering of food. If you build a food processing center close to a source of food, your workers won't have to walk as far to deliver their food. Click on a worker, then on the Build button, and click Build Food Processing Center. Another source of can create a renewable source of food with an animal nursery. Click on a worker and have them build an animal nursery. If you have any nerfs standing around, you can herd them into your new animal nursery. Just select a nerf and right-click on the nursery. Animals in your nursery add to your food stores over time. The more nerfs you keep inside the nursery, the more food you'll get. Met the requirements to advance to a new tech level. Click on your command center, then choose Advance to Tech Level 2.
In the beginning of this mission, we work on our economy, build up our base, and start training an army. Shortly after, we get word that our father is being attacked by battle droids, and before I can send my army to go and help him, he gets gunned down.
Work his way back across the map. He says he spotted some battle droids lurking in the area.
Alt, you are ordered to come with us.
Battle droids. Chidok has been shot down. I sense the spark of life in him still.
With great anger, Chewy and his army advance on the battle droids. This dwarf has a vendetta to resolve. Qui-Gon assures us that he still senses life in Chewy's father, so we train some medical droids and advance on his position.
Attack anytime. If any of your troopers are badly wounded, you should take a moment to apply first aid. Click on your medic. Right-click on the wounded unit to heal them. A medic that is near a wounded unit will automatically apply first aid. More battle droids. Take them down quickly.
My Wookiees cut through the droids with ease, and it's time to see if we can save Chewie's father. Making our way to his position, we find him very much alive, but in critical condition. Our medical droids get to work. We need to get him back to base so he can make a full recovery. On our way back to base, we are intercepted by another group of battle droids, but they don't stand a chance against my Wookiees. Upon arriving back at base, we keep him safe by garrisoning him in the command center. And it's a good thing we did, because the droids discovered our location and they are sending a raiding party. We lost a few Wookiees, but the droideka are defeated and the raid was a fail.
The clouds of battle amass. The leader of the camp, Chewy, has been critically wounded in a Trade Federation ambush. Battlefield promotions are not easy to deal with, but Chewbacca handles the leadership role with a skill not often seen. He has decided on a perilous course: to show our resolve by raiding a nearby Trade Federation outpost. His hope is that they'll think twice before challenging us again.
It's time to take to the offensive against the droids and plan a raid of our own. As usual, we build our economy and train up a raiding party. Transporting our army across the river, we are ready to commence the raid. My Wookiees land on the beach and start advancing to the enemy camp, destroying everything in their path. We start our raid by knocking right on the front door, luring the enemy out to us. After making short work of them, we advance onto their gate and tear it down. We make our way inside to destroy the barracks, eliminating the outpost.
A lesson learned in battle is sometimes the most indelible. There are many realities in the universe, some of them quite harsh. But one reality that is inescapable is that there is nothing more valuable than a friend. More than food, more than shelter, and more than weaponry, an ally can save your life. Especially when fighting an enemy as despicable as the Trade Federation.
With the Trade Federation not surrendering, it's time to make friends with some of the local Wookiees.
Now that we know where Shoran is,
We find a local camp ran by Sharon. We quickly ally up with him and start beginning a trade route. We build up our economy nicely and build a strong army. I send them to Sharon's base in hopes to advance on the enemy, but we quickly found that this was not the right decision because the enemy came to us. I garrisoned my workers as the attack commenced. Luckily for my base, my traders took the attention of the enemy and led them away. This gave my army enough time to be able to make it back. We defeat the droids with minor casualties. After the battle, Sharon builds a gate at the east side of his wall, that way my army can advance on the enemy. Advancing into their territory, we find their communication arrays.
Won the day again. Chewbacca's strategies are bearing fruit.
After destroying the last one, we take victory and cripple the Trade Federation.
I sense a war coming. The Trade Federation does not compromise. They will encompass an entire planet without thought of any of the creatures that they need to force out. All or nothing. Chewbacca has wisely decided that we must adopt the stance of our enemy to defeat them. Therefore, Chewbacca has decided that the Trade Federation will have no place on Alaris Prime.
Chewy's thinking like a true dwarf. It's time to rid these Trade Federation scum from our land. To start off, we need to build a good economy to win this war. We also take the time to finish the defenses around our base. Our scouts find the enemy base, and we find that it is heavily fortified, even with a fortress. We're gonna need a big army to take this one down. We advance in technology and build a fortress of our own. With the fortress complete and the army growing stronger, Qui-Gon Jinn joins us on the battlefield.
The Force be with you. I believe the Trade Federation has sent slavers to capture the Wookiee population. Your fortress can create fierce and fearless Wookiee...
Qui-Gon informs us that the Trade Federation are sending slavers to enslave my Wookiees. I am not going to let that happen. I start production of siege units and send artillery strikes against the enemy's defenses. With their outer defenses gone, we advance onto their main base, using my artillery strikes to weaken their defenses and tear down their walls. With the wall destroyed, our main army is able to advance inside of their base, where we continue our artillery strikes, this time with cannons. With their fortress destroyed, there's nothing left to defend their base.
The fortress is destroyed. The Trade Federation has lost its footing on Alaris Prime. There are strange ships again. I have taught all that I can. He is ready to take his place in the galaxy. May the Force be with him.
With my leadership, Qui-Gon's wisdom, and Chewbacca's strength, we were able to drive the Trade Federation off of Rat Prime and successfully helped the Wookiees colonize the planet. Hopefully they can live in peace and prosper. Thank you, lads and lasses, for hearing my tale of adventure in Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds. But fear not, as the story isn't over yet. But for now, this dwarf must rest. Like and subscribe, as I have many more tales to tell you. Till we meet in the tavern again, stay dwarven.